Here's some MGW shifter love. Guys, watch this thing. It's perfect. Fourth gear, right in the fifth. No problems. Absolutely beautiful. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Horsepower Obsessed. My name is Justin, and today we're going to talk about the C7 Corvette. Specifically, a big problem that has faced the C7 Corvette since its arrival. And I found a fix. All right, guys, and here is the fix. This is going to fix the problem with the C7 Corvette. Now, you may be asking yourselves, well, wait a minute, what is the problem? It's going to be throttle lag. So whenever you press the accelerator in a C7 Corvette, or basically any newer car, if you press it down 50%, it's actually sending a signal to the throttle body to only open 25%. So what this ends up equaling is what feels like throttle lag. It feels like you press the throttle and it doesn't actually respond immediately, and it's not really the best thing for performance. We're going to open it up in a second and go over all of the details of everything that comes in the box. It's an extremely easy install. It's basically plug and play. And it gives you the ability to change between a couple different profiles for more performance or more fuel economy. So, I mean, you kind of get the best of both worlds with this thing. There are multiples online. There are multiple examples of something that will do the same thing. There's actually one out there from Pedal Commander that will allow you to control these different profiles from your cell phone via Bluetooth, which is really cool. So we're gonna go ahead and get that in the car. I'm gonna give you my completely unbiased thoughts on the entire installation and how it actually works. Anyway, guys, this is it. So let's open it up and unbox what we have in here. This is actually the main unit right here. And as you can see, it is very tiny. So this is all you actually have to have access to change between the profiles here. You can see this button says mode. This will allow you to adjust the performance up and down of each mode. So anyway, let's see what else we have in the box here. Pull this out. This is the wiring. So this is the brains of the operation, so to speak. Now, this will actually just go in between the accelerator pedal and the stock wiring that normally goes to the accelerator pedal. But the big thing is going to be, how does this perform and how is it better or worse than stock? So let's get into it. As you can see, this cable here actually plugs into this particular box, and then this cable will actually run to the side of the controller here, and it actually looks like it is the same as an iPhone charger. If we go under the dash here, you can literally see the connector right there. So we'll just go ahead and unplug that and then put this in between the two, and that's basically the installation. So we're just going to clip these together now while they are readily available, because here in a second it's all going to be down under here. It's going to be a little harder to reach. There's a little clip you got to pull up on, just like the safety red tabs, and then we'll just push it and pull it out like you would a normal electrical connector of GM style. And the throttle controller, we'll plug this one in. You'll hear it click. And then this end will plug into the accelerator, and this is the red tab you'll want to push down after clipping it in. Just like that, you heard it click, and then we'll push down the red tab. That's just to make sure nothing comes out. And we are good to go. Now, what I'm going to do over the period of the next couple days is test this thing out. It's dark and rainy here in Pennsylvania, which it seems like it always is anymore. So I can't really do it tonight, but I'm going to finish up this installation here and just kind of get the wire out of the way so it's ready to go. And then I'm going to take it for a ride, give you my thoughts and impressions, and try to show you the best I can what this thing is actually doing. So I will see you guys probably tomorrow, but it will feel like a couple seconds to you. And just that fast, guys, it is the next day. So we are actually going to go ahead, jump in the ZR1, and we're going to head up to Blackout Tinting because we actually need some more blacked out bow tie badges. So if you guys haven't seen that video yet, check these out right here. So just this little piece you can purchase by sending me an email, horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com, and I'll get you out a set that will do the front as well as the rear of your C7 Corvette. Now, these things have actually been selling really well, and I wasn't quite prepared for it, so now we got to head back up to Blackout Tinting and have Josh print us out some more. So while we're heading up that way, we're also going to test out the throttle controller and see how much of a difference that makes. So let's get to it.
that is actually set at NOR, which is normal mode, meaning this is stock. So if I press the throttle about 20%, I'm getting probably about 10% at the actual ECU or throttle body. Now, if I take this up to P1, this is performance 1, and it has 9 different levels. So we can see, we can cycle through all these from 1 all the way up to 9, and 9 obviously being the most sensitive. So this is the first performance level. You have 9 different levels of actual adjustability in that performance level. So if I press the throttle again, about 20%, I can see it's responding a little bit better. So now if we go into performance 2 at the level 9 and I press 20%, you can hear and see the car is responding at a higher rate. Now if I take this up to P3, which is the highest level of performance, all the way up at 9, if I press the throttle again 20%, yeah, you could see the car is responding much higher at this point. So 3 is the highest, 1 is the lowest, and we also get an economy level, which again gives you 9 levels of adjustability. This is to give you a better fuel economy, and if I press the throttle again 20%, it's barely moving. So I found P2.5 is kind of the sweet spot for the way I'm driving. I had this at P2.9 at one point, and I was getting way too jerky in between shifts. So P2.5 is basically a little bit more sensitive than stock. P2.5 is probably still a hair high for normal spirited driving. I'd probably do something more like probably 0.3, and then during normal regular city driving, you know, nothing crazy, probably just leave it in normal mode. It's a little difficult for me to show you how this throttle is working. It's just, the best way to put it is it's more sensitive. I'm gonna do a little bit more with it here in a second, but we just got to blackout tinting, so let's go inside and get some more bow ties cut for you guys. Behind the scenes, Josh is getting the black vinyl ready for those bow ties. And apparently they really like XPEL here. Who would have thought, right? So we get to see the machine come to life here again.
The rise of the machines.
Right? As long as all they do is keep printing out black bow tie covers, I'm good.
And mowing grass.
And mowing grass, yep. Here we go. Look, magic. Very awesome though. Thank you, Josh. You're gonna make a lot of people very happy with their Corvettes. Good. Look at that. How satisfying is that, Josh?
Very.
Ah, yes. Looks great. I'm gonna peel the next one. All right, guys, so I got those things printed. They will be getting in the mail to you here very soon. I already sent out about 20 of them, so I have even more coming now. Josh is the man here, Blackout Tinting. He set all this stuff up. It's really just between me and him. He's cutting them, obviously. He has the tools for that. I'm putting them in the mail to you guys and showing you guys that they exist. So anyway, keep ordering them. They are coming and you will get yours very soon. But as usual, I want to give a big thank you to Josh here, right, at Blackout Tinting. Definitely check them out if you haven't, guys. I'll put all their information down in the description below. Great people up here. Obviously, I've been spending a lot of time here, so you know I give them a big thumbs up. All right, so right now we're in P2.5, and if I change this mode to P3, you'll actually hear the car, the accelerator change while my foot stays the same. So if we're gonna go to P3.9, immediately you can hear the car start to speed up. Now if I go from P3 back to Eco, the car starts to slow down. And my foot has not moved on the gas. P1.9, you immediately hear the car speed up a little bit. P2.9, I'm not changing the throttle at all with my foot, but the car's going faster. And then P3.9, it's going even faster. So all this is really doing is changing the sensitivity of the throttle. You press it 10% and it's actually telling the car to open the throttle body 20%. You know, whatever the percentages actually are, that's what it's doing, is it's changing the sensitivity of the pedal itself. All right, guys, so we just got back from Blackout Tinting, and like I said, the throttle controller seems to work very well to eliminate that dead spot with the C7 Corvette. Now, what's really cool about it is it does offer a few different levels of adjustability, and that's definitely a good thing, because if you put it on P3.9, it's gonna get lurchy, especially at low RPM in a low gear, because that tiny little bit that you're on the throttle is actually equating to a much larger amount at the ECU or throttle body. So the car is getting a higher amount of throttle input even when you're not giving it much. Now, because it has so much adjustability, you can easily turn that down and make sure that, you know, P1.5 or P2.3-ish doesn't have that lurching effect, but at the same time does have a much greater sensitivity. I'll link them all in the description down below. If you're interested, go ahead and check it out. Now, second, we stopped up at Blackout Tinting again, and I've been there a lot recently. I promise I'm not an employee. But at the same time, they do treat me well up there, and they have awesome stuff going on, like this thing right here. So the blacked out Chevy bow tie in the Corvette flag. Definitely a neat addition. And like I said, I love the fact that you guys have been hitting me up for the orders, but it got to the point where I was running out. So I had to head back up to Blackout Tinting and grab some more. So we are fully stocked at this point. If you guys are interested in anything like that, please continue sending me emails and I'll make sure you get them. That's it for today's video. If you liked what you saw, give me a big thumbs up. I always give a big thumbs up to Blackout Tinting. They really know their stuff up there. They take care of me. And at the end of the day, that allows me to take care of you guys. So if you haven't checked out their YouTube channel, please do. I'll put all the information right here on the screen and down below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. You're going to have loads of C7 and C8 content coming very soon. You're not going to want to miss any of this stuff. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.